Have you ever lived somewhere and felt like someone or something was watching you? This story was sent in by a listener named Mark, who moved into a small apartment last year. At first, everything seemed normal, but that changed after the first week. Mark worked late nights, so he'd usually come home around midnight. One night, as he was getting ready for bed, he heard something strange, a whisper coming from behind his bedroom door. He froze. It was faint, almost like someone saying his name. Mark. He opened the door. Nothing. Just the empty, dark hallway. He laughed it off, thinking he was just tired. But every night after that, the whisper came back. By the third night, he was sure he wasn't imagining it. The voice always came at the same time, 2:13 a.m. Sometimes it was a whisper. Sometimes it sounded like breathing right next to the door. So Mark decided to record it. He set up his phone on the dresser, hit record, and went to sleep. When he woke up the next morning, the phone had stopped recording at 2:14 a.m. When he pressed play, he could hear himself snoring, and then a deep, cold whisper. I'm here. Mark moved the recording to his laptop and listened again over and over each time the whisper got clearer. He checked the hallway, the windows, the vents. Nothing explained it. That night, he tried staying awake to catch it in person. At 2:13, the air in the room went cold. He felt pressure behind the door like someone leaning on it. And then a soft knock, followed by the whisper again, right next to his ear this time. Mark, open the door. He didn't open it. He grabbed his keys and ran out of the apartment. He never went back. A few days later, the landlord told him that the previous tenant, a man named Marcus, had died in that same room at 2:13 a.m. If you ever hear a whisper behind your door, don't open it. Tehib ajhezelek bromit bil Inglisi. Himself, it was all in his head. Stress, lack of sleep, maybe the wind. But every night when he closed his eyes, he could still hear it, that whisper calling his name. He decided to go back to the apartment just to grab the few things he'd left behind. When he opened the door, everything was silent. The air smelled like dust and old wood. But the moment he stepped inside, he noticed something strange. The bedroom door was slightly open. It was supposed to be locked. He stood there, staring at it. Then his phone buzzed. It was a notification. The old voice recording app he'd used weeks ago had started recording again, by itself. He froze. From the phone speaker came a faint voice. You came back. Mark dropped the phone. The whisper came again, louder this time, echoing through the empty room. He turned to leave, but the front door slammed shut on its own. The air turned cold. From inside the bedroom, he heard footsteps, slow, deliberate. Then a knock. 3 times. Knock, knock, knock. He tried to open the front door, but it wouldn't budge. The whisper was now right behind him. Now, you can't leave. The lights flickered once, then went out completely. For a few seconds, there was nothing but silence. Then the sound of the bedroom door creaking open, followed by heavy breathing. That was the last anyone heard from Mark. When the landlord checked the apartment a week later, the only thing he found was Mark's phone, still recording, and a whisper that said, "Stay with me." تحب أجهز لك بعد كده برومبت تولد منه